Born in the fashion capital of Paris and growing up in the fashion capital of London, Phoebe Philo was destined to be great. Armed with a Central St. Martin's education and a passion for 19th minimalism, Philo has taken the world by storm, representing the modern woman everywhere. When I say wide-leg trousers, oversized dress shirts, and Adidas Stan Smiths, if Phoebe Philo does not immediately come to mind, then she will by the end of this video, and if she did come to mind, then this is the place for you. Philo has been on the scene since 1997, bringing high fashion, minimalistic yet captivating, and excitement garments to the runway. Phoebe quickly rose to popularity and gained a cult following of modern women, or as they call themselves, Philophiles. For some background, Philo was born in 1973 in Paris to English parents. By the time Philo was 2, they had moved back to England, specifically North London. From an early age, Philo showed an interest in fashion and design. At 10 years old, she began putting her own unique spin on her clothes, customizing her school leotard to mimic clothing worn by artist Madonna. At 14 years old, Philo received a sewing machine for her birthday, giving her an outlet to explore her creativity and design her own clothes. Philo then went on to study at famed fashion school Central St. Martin's, from which she graduated in 1996. There she met fellow designer and longtime friend/collaborator Stella McCartney. After graduating, she joined Stella McCartney in assisting her with her namesake brand, until in 1997, when McCartney succeeded Karl Lagerfeld as creative director of Chloe and brought Philo along with her to Paris to work as her first design assistant. When McCartney left Chloe in April 2001 to launch her own brand, Philo was named her successor. Philo's first collection for Chloe was Spring/Summer 2002, and it was her first solo show since her graduate collection. It was extremely successful. This showed the fashion industry that Philo was a force to be reckoned with, and that she was quite capable of taking over the reins of such a major fashion house. When at Chloe, Philo continued to reinforce the brand's aesthetic while adding personal, playful, sensual touches of her own. Her innovations included high-waisted jeans, baby doll dresses, wooden wedged shoes, and most notably, the iconic Paddington bag, which sold out before it even hit stores. The Paddington bag played on the brand's feminine point of view. In fact, Philo made such an impact in her early years at Chloe that she won Designer of the Year at the 2002 British Fashion Awards. Another pivotal moment in Philo's career at Chloe was her Spring/Summer 2004 collection. Philo sent garments with bohemian and romantic elements, delicate lace, and a soft colour palette down the Chloe catwalk. The versatility and the wearability of the designs made them popular amongst modern-day women who sought both style and comfort while maintaining a carefree sense of luxury. One specific item that garnered immense popularity amid the masses were the pleated wide-leg trousers, a defining piece in the collection, embodying the blasé chic aesthetic that became hallmark to both Philo's personal style and her design. After an extensive career at Chloe, even being labelled the Chanel of her generation by critics, Philo stepped down as creative director to focus on her family and develop her own aesthetic. However, in 2008, LVMH chairman and CEO Bernard Arnault offered Philo the position of creative director of the dying Celine brand and a board membership. Philo accepted on her terms, stipulating that she would lead the Parisian fashion house from her London home and have complete creative control. LVMH agreed. At Celine is where Phoebe's talents really shone through. Celine is where she ultimately defined the landscape of contemporary fashion in the 2010s. Her first collection at Celine, Resort 2010, became an immediate success. Her collections presented a quiet intellectualism that once again centered around contemporary femininity, combining luxury with practicality. Philo created aspirational wardrobes as her pieces were highly desired by modern women all over the world and ultimately translated effortlessly from the runway to the wardrobe. For instance, in an Elle article written by Emilia Petrarca, she speaks to numerous young women who idolized Philo and her work, specifically during her time at Celine. Vintage dealer and writer Blythe Marks said, "I remember watching a Style.com video about her spring 2010 Celine show and thinking, oh, this is going to change the tides." Marks, who was a teenager at the time, also said that by fall 2010, you couldn't go anywhere without minimalism being the buzzword, and Phoebe was at the forefront of that, so I was intrigued from the jump. This shows that Philo wasn't just only shaking up the fashion world, but also just the world in general. While at Celine, Phoebe designed more must-have accessories, like the Boston Traveler tote and intricate, unique sculptural jewellery. Philo also birthed the iconic ugly shoe trend and introduced silk pants that pulled at the ankles, oversized coats inspired by menswear designs, and fair-line Birkenstock sandals. Philo not only designed iconic pieces but also took part in iconic collaborations in her time at Celine, working with notable photographers like Jürgen Teller, Tyrone Le Bon, Zoe Gertner, and Talia Chetrich for the brand's fame campaigns. Jürgen Teller's Spring-Summer 2015 campaign starring literary icon Joan Didion further cemented the brand and Philo's icon status. Sadly, Philo's reign at Celine came to an end in 2017, passing the torch to Heidi Slimane. Rumours of Philo creating her own fashion brand first circulated in 2009, as Philo hinted to The Guardian ideas of her starting her own brand, explaining that after stepping down from Chloe, she had explored the idea of launching her own brand, but the time wasn't right. However, in 2022, Philo made headlines with the announcement that she was starting her own label, Phoebe Philo. The label was set to debut in 2022, however the release date was pushed back and her long-awaited first collection, titled A1, appeared online in autumn 2023. The immensely hyped namesake label featured long-time users like Daria Weir-Bowery, Binks Walton, Mika Argonars, and many more. An accompanying press statement noted that the label strove to create a product that reflected permanence. The collection was met with mass praise, from Philophiles to the media. Beyond what Philo sent down the runway, she began to be recognised for her personal style. Audiences not only began to anticipate her shows, but also what she'd be wearing when closing the catwalk. Philo began to set trends for how the working woman wanted to dress. Her effortless style, featuring Adidas Stan Smiths, wide-leg trousers, and cashmere sweaters, was her uniform, and gained an almost bigger cult following than her designs. Eden Pritkin, a collector, told Elle that she definitely bought a pair of Adidas because of her in high school. Philo was influenced by 90s minimalism, specifically designers like Helmut Lang and Jill Sander. This was reflected in both her personal style and her designs, and explains where Philo's fascination with minimalistic style comes from. Philo's influence on the fashion industry will forever be remembered. 21st century women have gained an attachment to Philo's work, how she celebrates fashion in a way that still feels grounded. Her efforts to create timeless pieces that are both functional and captivating adhere perfectly to modern-day society. Philo is truly a pioneer in the fashion industry, taking leadership roles at major brands, generating soaring profits and a refreshing take on women's wear. It is clear to see why major brands like COS, Victoria Beckham and The Row are adopting Philo's image. Philo has contributed a lot to fashion, but her consistent efforts to make fashion and everyday life beautiful for women will be her legacy.